Hello everyone. Today we are going to show you how to implement two-factor authentication in the NXLog platform. So the first thing we are going to do is to authenticate with a regular user. My first suggestion here is when you first or initially testing two-factor authentication, do not use the admin account, use some additional testing account just in case something goes wrong, you are not logged out of your own platform, okay? So I'll be using the test1 account. I'll be using regular credentials, username and password, so two-factor authentication is not still implemented. We are going to go over here on the right to login and security. And here in login and security, we can enable two-factor authentication. In order to do that, we are going to be using an external application. So we just need to click here, switching from off to on, and it will show you a QR code. You will be probably using an authentication application like Google Authenticator, or even better, Aegis, which is an open source. Let me show you. This is their web page. This is a free and open source authenticator. So here you will be scanning the QR code, and after accepting the information shown here, it will start showing you the 6-digit code, and it will be changing every 30 seconds, and you will not have to do anything additional. So it's super easy. But in order to show you how to do this, and in order to have everything in the video, I will not be using the Aegis Authenticator or the Google Authenticator, but instead I will be capturing this QR code. Just a second here. So I do a screenshot of this QR code, okay? And once I save this to my local machine, I will be uploading this code to a QR code scanner, okay? So here, if I upload the image I just captured, the QR code, it will show me the information that is included in this code, okay? So it's the username, the URL of my platform, okay? And what I need to get from here is this secret code, okay? This is something like an initial seed, a strong string that is including numbers and letters, and this seed, this secret, will be used in an algorithm to generate 6-digit code that will be changing every 30 seconds, okay? So now I will generate this 6-digit code using a Linux terminal, a regular Linux terminal I have here. This is, let me show you, an Ubuntu 2404. So I just install here a tool, a CLI tool. It's called Auth tool. So once I have this tool, I can use it like this, okay? I can just enter this command, auth tool, --.p. I want it to be 6 digits long, and the code, the secret code, is the one that I just copied from the QR, okay? Please keep in mind that this code will be automatically generated, a new one, every 30 seconds. So the time for this machine, this terminal machine, and the platform needs to be synchronized with NTP. So the clock should be very close, because otherwise this will not work, okay? If we see here, every 30 seconds a new code will be generated. So now we can see it's a different code, okay? So now we can use this code, and we know we have about 20 more seconds until there is a new one, okay? So let's enter this code in the other page, in the platform page, 341567, sorry, 34 here, 341567, send code, and the code was accepted. You can see here, down here, it was successful, and now it's offering like an emergency set of codes. These are 6 valid codes. They will not change over time. So the idea here is if you lose your authentication device, let's say your cell phone or the tool that you are using to generate the two-factor authentication codes, you are not logged out. So you can download these six numbers, or you can print it, and you should, of course, store this in a very safe place. Okay, so I just will click download, and now I have the text file, a TXT file with these codes. So now I can simply close this little window, and now I have two-factor authentication enabled. How can we verify this is actually working? Well, we can just log out and try to log in again. Okay, I will use the very same username. Here we enter a static password. Okay, and now it's asking for the two-factor authentication. Okay, so first let's try to use the wrong number. As I mentioned before, let's take a look at the time. I will wait until it's the seconds are in 0. Remember, in 0 and in 30 you will have a new code. Okay, so now I generate this number 995332 995332, but I will enter it wrong, 33. Okay, verify. Oh, it's wrong. Okay, so it's not that you can enter any number, you have to enter the correct number, otherwise it will not work. So now we are using successfully the two-factor authentication. Now, if for some reason we need to disable two-factor authentication, we can just go over here and click off. It will a warning will be shown saying that, of course, if you disable it, the codes that you were generating will no longer be valid. Are you sure? Yes. And two-factor authentication is now disabled. As you probably know, two-factor authentication will add an additional security layer to the usual username and password credentials. So in case those are compromised, an attacker would need to also compromise the device that you are using to generate these codes, usually your phone number, but it might be a hardware token or software. Like in my case, I was generating this with a terminal Linux. So it's very useful, it's very strong, and our suggestion is to implement two-factor authentication on any production NXLog platform. Thank you for watching.